Yeah. Okay, telling him to do something here. Do you guys see anything or what? No? Hi. Telling you. So I guess I'm gonna have to do this mode, I guess. Hi. Telling you. Hi. Hi, waffle guy. Yeah. Not bad. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good. Telling you. Hi. Cummins Chevy 21 Pilot. Brian Propst. The guitars. LL. Hi. Thinking Bird. KK Razors. Carlos Garcia. Well, some of you don't know that we're moving. You know that we wanted to find a new place. We want an upgraded house. We want to upgrade ourselves to something more nicer and better. I mean, we want to. I mean, but telling you. Let me see. 070 Jason. Yeah, it's been pretty hot. Well, this is like the hottest time of the year. Hottest. How's it going in your channel? It's pretty good. I mean, it's good. I mean, a lot of y'all are looking at my channel, which is nice. That's good. Thank you very much. Telling you. Travis Shepard. SGT. As Durban Poison. Miguel, hi. Telling you, I got my teeth. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're planning to move. We just want to stay here. We're gonna stay in this area, San Bernardino. But like, we want to move like in the northern part of the San Bernardino, where it's more nicer, where the area is a little more nicer, if we can. I mean. But we're having a hard time finding a house because, like, right now, I mean, like, the market is really hot right now. I mean, our house sold for a good amount of money, supposed to be, but we're under contingency, though. MD Tamzid. So you're from Bangladesh? I'm telling you. Good luck with the move. Yeah, I will need well, thanks, Tom Y. Carlos Garcia, how much are you planning to? Well, we had already sold our house. Supposed to be. I mean, this house sold for $385,000. Supposed to be, but the thing is, I mean, it's under contingency right now. Like until we could find a house, the buyer of this house understands that. I mean, understands that we have to find a new place before we give them the house. Otherwise, if anything happens, I mean, we're not required to leave this house, and we could call it off if we have to, only if we have to. But otherwise, I'd probably think about just renting an apartment or something. If we can't find anything, because I know the market will cool off a little bit. I know it's gonna cool off after a little while. I mean, right now it's really hot, but maybe it'll cool off a little bit with more inventory and stuff. Yeah. Thanks, Jason. I have over 50,000 subscribers. Yeah, telling you. How have you been? I mean, I've come in here under the name Dino. Oh yeah, Dino. Telling you. Heckler Yarsh. Michael Extreme 1990. AC is gonna let's see, is gonna visit California. How much can we afford to pay rent? Well, the lower the better, but I mean, naturally, but, well, probably what we're going to be paying for this house. I mean, well, we're paying $1,600 at the moment for this house. I figure, I mean, if we cannot find a house because of the fierce competition of getting a house, we'll just like rent an apartment for a little bit. I mean, I just kind of want to get out of this area, you know, because I don't like it that much, this area. But I mean, anyways, I mean, someone's telling me to go pet the furry. Well, if he's gonna let me get him. Hang on. I'm gonna try to. I'm good. Apartments in California, they're almost as expensive as a house. I mean, where is he? I want to. Where's the hair? There's Furry. His name is Chase. His tail. Telling you. Am I gonna miss walking distance to Alberto's and stores? Yeah, what? I might, I will, I would, and I wouldn't, but we don't really like to hang out that much. I mean, I don't like to be out here, out in the city that much. I don't like to be out there that much. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm more like of a in the house type guy. I mean, I'm more like into being in the house. You know, like we don't like to. I just don't like to be outside that much. Telling you. Yeah. Well, anyways, how's Cynthia doing? She's fine. Yeah, well, thanks, LL, for your prayers. I'm gonna need that. I mean, we're hoping to find a house that's gonna be just what we want in a house. We want a nice area, or just a nicer area. It would be the same. San Bernardino is where we want to stay. We will stay in San Bernardino, but I want to be in the North San Bernardino area, or just anywhere where it's like more nicer and less hectic than over here, you know. Yeah. What camcorder do you recommend me start making home video? Well, if you're talking about in today's time, your phone would be good enough, you know. But if you're talking about in general, I mean, you could just do one of those like a simple camcorder, something that's simple to use, like a Sony, like the Sony one that I got. Telling you. Yeah, thanks, you guys. Richard Gunder, SoCal 1992. Fontana. Well, yeah, we would go for Fontana too, but we kind of want a dog. We kind of want a dog. I mean, how do we call, what was I? We want a place where, Fontana, we want a place where it's gonna be close enough to Jenny Lynn's job, you know, like, we don't want to live, well, I mean, we don't want to live too far away. I mean, we don't want, well, Colton would probably be okay, but can I draw or not? Yeah, I'm telling you. Rancho Cucamonga, apparently that's a very expensive area to live in, too. Well, if I was going to get an apartment, apparently we would have to let go of the dog, unfortunately. But hopefully, I mean, hopefully that, like, we could get a house without any trouble or without any hassle, you know. Without any fierce competition, you know, on getting one. Because I hate that, you know, like the competition. I hate the competition, man. Because I already see that firsthand. Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. Telling you. Yeah. If I was gonna hit hi Bryce Pillow. If I was gonna hit 100,000 subscribers, I probably would have a little party. I guess why not? I mean, yeah. You know, I'd probably have like a birthday party, so to speak. Hi, Sunny Duck Q's. Well, we haven't found a house. Yeah, I mean, we're having a hard time catching one because yeah, I'm telling you. Have I seen the Ford Excursion? Well, my brother had one. Heckler had one before. Yeah. Yeah, we are. I mean, yeah. I mean, is Rialto more expensive? I mean, it might be a little bit more. It might be. But everybody's, everybody, I mean, how we call it, like, you know, what was I just gonna say? Well, you know, everybody's going for San Bernardino to buy a house because they think it's in their thinking that it's really cheap over here. But hell no, they're wrong about that, you know. San Bernardino is just about as expensive as it is of Fontana and like shit. You know, this house sold for, I mean, supposedly 385 for our house. We sold it, you know. I mean, I hope we could find, I mean, hi Pog. Houses are expensive. Oh, yeah, well, I'm not sure where you live, Pog, but I mean, do you live in California too, or I don't know. Well, anyway, Todd, Bob, realtor, shown you any? Well, yeah, we've been looking at houses. We've been looking at them, but the thing is, like, we try to make an offer for them, but they get sold right away. I mean, right away. I mean, like, we don't even get a chance to say the first couple of words to make an offer, and it gets sold right away. I mean, but the thing is, and my realtor says that our offer would be stronger, like once the escrow on this house is near closing, because we have a lot of equity in this house, and if the sellers would see that we have a lot of money, they would aim for people who have a lot of money ready. Like, they would aim for those because it would be an easier transaction when they see that they have a lot of money. Well, in my case, from the equity. Hey, thank you, Kevin DeSono, for your gift. What are things you did in your dreams that you wish you could do in real? Yeah, that's a good question. Fly. Back in my day, you know, flying, you know, fly if I could fly. or flying a helicopter, you know. Flying a real helicopter, you know. I mean, I've had dreams like that, you know. Or, well, of course, I had dreams that we lived in a really nice, like, really nice, fancy area. I mean, not if not a house, but just a fancy area, like a really nice area, you know. Yeah. Realtors need to be quick. Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, we need to be fast, man. Like, to catch a house. But the thing is that, you know, the escrow has to be older right now because this house has only been on escrow for about a week and a half. And my realtor says that the longer it's in escrow, the better the chances, or the stronger the offer will be, because the sellers will see that we're gonna get like $1,000 or 100K in equity, like towards buying the next house. You know, like, we could buy the next house, but although the next house that we get is gonna be more expensive, but that's the price we pay if we want something really nice, if we want a nicer area, you know. But we can afford it. I mean, with my wife and my job and YouTube. I'm telling you. Yeah, right now, yeah. Max Lalas. Well, this house supposedly sold for $385,000. Hi, Martin Hernandez. Hey, Gil, I've been in my house for 20 years and I would like to move. I've been here for so how to do a move. Yeah, I wish we would be more smarter and stay in a house, but for me, when we bought this house, we did not exactly want this house, but it's all we were able to afford back then because it was only Jenny Lynn that was working at the time. I wasn't working at the time because we needed somebody to take care of the kids. But so we never really been fully happy with this house because this was all we can afford at the time. But while I'm at it, while I'm here right now, I'm happy at the moment. We lived here for 4.5 years, so we've been. I liked it while I did what I can to like the house, and I like it. But we decided that we want to go ahead and upgrade ourselves to something more nicer. Pog said they were thinking about well, we wanted to move out of California, but we want to, but other states are expensive too. Shit. Other states are not that cheap. Like for an example, at Vegas, where my brother lives at. Shit, houses are not that cheap over there, man. Well, everywhere we go, it seems like they're not cheap anywhere these days. Yeah, I wish we could buy a house elsewhere, but it'd be really hard for us to adjust to a new area and finding a job. I don't know how it is finding a job in places like where Georgia, like Mark's Reviews says. Well, I don't know how easy it would be for me to find jobs over in another state or that type of things. Shit, I wish we could just move to. I wish we could just do that, but it's not something easy to do, because, well, it's not so much like packing the stuff and driving a truck with all our stuff and finding and going getting a house. It's not so much to move or anything. It's not so much that. It's just that how are we going to get adjusted to the new environment, and then we don't like all of our family and friends are here in California, and we'd be able to adjust to an area where we don't know anybody. Would we be able to adjust? That would be something that would be really hard to do. It's not so much the moving. I don't care about the work and all that stuff, and I don't care about that, but are we going to get adjusted to the new area, entirely new area? That's the thing, telling you. Telling you. Hang on. Then the guitar starts. You have a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage for $150,000. Man, I wish you could buy houses for that price anymore. Yeah, Patricia Cruz said. Well, I was kind of thinking that if we cannot find a house, we're thinking about just renting an apartment or something, until we'll just wait till the market cools off, because right now is a nice time to sell a house. Right now is a nice time to sell, but right now is not a nice time to buy. But for us, we have the ability to buy because of selling this house. We have the ability to buy because of the equity we have. That would help us get into the new one, But a lot of people like who are buying a house right now, they're either first time buyers or they're just somebody wanting to buy a house. That's what I'm hearing from the it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people who's actually selling a house to move to another place in California. There's not too many people doing that, actually. You know what? A lot of people are actually selling their houses to move out of state. A lot of people are actually doing. That's what they're doing. Yeah. That's what I'm actually hearing, telling you. Yeah, I want to go there. Mark Hernandez is inviting me for a carne asada tacos. So get your car and drive over here in Fontucky. Yeah, I want to do that. Would I regret buying the Mazda 66 again? Maybe. Well, if I was gonna buy one right now, I wouldn't really have a place, or it would be a threat of not having a place for it if I could not find a house. High murder side. Telling you. Pog says, selling your home would be a good and a bad thing. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, well, it's a good thing, well, for us to sell this house. I mean, we'll be able to, I'll be able to get out of an area that I'm not exactly fond of. And then, but at the same time, it's a bad thing because it's going to be a challenge to find another house, But I mean, when we get another house, I want a house in a nicer area, and I want I want to upgrade myself, for something better. I mean, better off. And did I ever want to move out of California? We had thoughts about it, but the thing was, getting adjusted to the new area is going to be too difficult. That would be too difficult for me. Because I'm so used to being here. I lived in California all my life. So, and plus all my family's here. Like, my mom and my family, everybody's here. And plus, I'm just used to California. We're just used to it over here, And plus, like I like to go out to my old areas once in a while. It's always fun to do that stuff, Thanks, AC. Yeah. Is the neighborhood really that bad? No, I mean, for me, I'm not really, I just want to move in an area that's more quieter, because like over here, because we live close to a bar, and then we got a lot of people with drugs, and a lot of people who are like a little wild, that's what I want to move out of, but we've been fine, nobody's bothered us, but it's just the fact that that we get a lot of people like it's bad influence for me to see like an area that looks kind of like run down, and a lot of people like homeless, hanging out in our area and stuff, And telling Michael Extreme says, stop calling my name. And telling you, man, you're funny. I'm telling you. Well, yeah, well, apparently it doesn't look like we're going to be moving out of state anymore. We're not, but, so, have I seen, Richard Gunther says, have you seen a lot of road rage there? Well, I don't really see it, because I don't really pay attention, though, really. Well, I'm sure there is. I'm telling you. Pog says, I wouldn't think of moving to California because of that 2012 movie, huh? Oh, yeah. Well, as youngsters, we probably would have got scared of the movies like that, of being real life, like, telling you. I'd rather travel back in time in 2005 when the two guys broke into Tahoe and took everything. Oh, yeah? Really? Well, I actually made a video about two guys breaking into a truck that's like what you say you have, back in that time. It was around that time, too, 2005. I actually have it up on YouTube. My neighbor has a place on the market for 2 years, and he can't sell it. He's asking $900K. Where is this at? JCS. Is this in California? It's not California, is it? Telling you. Well, you know what? See, right now is a nice time to sell a house because it would sell instantly. This house, but see, the reason why I felt like I wanted to go ahead and make the move now was because it would be easy to sell the house, and then with the equity we would get good equity for a house. But if I was gonna wait till next year to sell this house, it probably might be harder to sell this house next year because I know it's gonna cool off. Telling you. Not, yeah, what? Oh, that's not a, hang on. So, Glendale. Yeah. Well, like, I think there's actually a couple of houses here in San Bernardino, but it's like houses in San Bernardino selling instantly. I mean, they sell instantly, like, even before they get a chance to put up the ad, people are already like wanting to buy the house, like that's how hot the market is right now. But it's a little out of control right now. But I know that in the next like 6 months, I'm guessing though. I mean, I would think it might cool off next year, but I don't think that there's going to be a crash. I don't think there'll be a market crash like it was back in 2006. It won't be a crash because the banks are being very cautious on who they loan the money, because one way I know is that the banks will refuses to loan money beyond the value of the house, because they want to know what the house is really worth and not what people are willing to pay. They want to know what the house is really worth, and the banks are only going to loan out money based on what the house is worth, and they don't want to loan out money for more money than what it's worth, because that's where the crash will happen if they do that. Yeah, Eddie Venus, Chris McRae, telling you, and Dunny, Don Raymond, Mr. Gear, Panthera, telling you. Well, yeah, it will not change until the interest rates change by a lot. But, the interest rates are actually going lower again or something. But they think that it might go up a little bit next year, and that's where it cool off. The market will cool off. But you know what the problem is? It's low inventory. My realtor told me like earlier, like this year, that inventory was really low, and that's why it was hard to get a house, because like you had more people wanting a house than how many were available, and so people were paying more money than the house was worth. Like earlier this year, since there was so few available, but he says that it's loosening up. I'm telling you. AMBC, no homeless tents in Glendale, that's for sure. Hardly any bars, no pot shops. Yeah. Over here, there's a bar, only a couple. In fact, I'm gonna go outside right now. But the thing is, I'm wondering. But I don't want the dog to get out though. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go outside, but I have to get out this way though, because the dog is gonna get out. Do I have earthquake insurance? No, not really. Telling you. So, yeah. So, I'm gonna get out this way. Yeah. Let me see. Hi, Louis, Magana. My mom's doing fine. I mean, she's fine. How much am I asking? Are you talking about this house? Well, we sold the house already. Supposed to be. I mean, it sold for 385. Well, we moving back with my mama. Well, that would be something that would not really be easy to do because my mom lives in that mobile home and there would not be enough space in there. Hi, Omar. Demetri. I'm gonna turn off the internet. The area that I live in right here. So yeah, this is the back of my house. This is the area that I live at. Wow. You know what? How much do we owe on the mortgage? We owe like $225,000. Telling you. Yeah. Well, yeah, JCS says that he had bought a house for $240K in Glendale. Now it's worth $925K. Well, they wouldn't tax you if you're gonna sell the house. You know, like they wouldn't. Well, because you lived there over 2 years, they would only tax you if you lived there for less than 2 years. So this is my area. There's the famous Albertos. There you go, you king of luck. Yeah? Telling you. So anyways. So yeah, this is my area right here. Right now, for the most part, it's quiet. But you know what? It's like, and then this bar is what I'm talking about. See, I'm walking in my area right now. Right here. This bar. See, the thing that's nice about here is that we're close to everything, you know? I mean, like, yeah, I mean, there's the bar. So, yeah. Telling you. Let's see, hang on. So, Harris. No, I did not sell a house for new teats. Telling you. Well, they're not even requiring the use of masks anymore. But even some stores are actually, they don't care about, like, that some people are not wearing masks right now in some stores. Yeah. Well, they say that if we're vaccinated, we don't need to wear a mask in the store, you know. Telling you. What kind of a party? Well, I'm not sure. That Mexico video, the video in Mexico, I guess. Well, that was probably my mom's family, I guess. So this is my area. Telling you. So yeah. And the Dollar Tree. What do my daughters think about all this? Well, I mean, they're not too thrilled to move schools, to get out of schools, to have to change the school, but it kind of doesn't really matter if they're doing online school anyway. So I mean, yeah. So Eddie Venus says, I got 4 vaccines to be safe. Very nice. Telling you. What's Heckler's favorite tequila? That I don't know. I heard that Gil is a cure for COVID. Very nice. Don Raymond says, I can't tell you wish you were 20 years ago. I wish I was 20 years old. Hairs. So yeah. This is my area. See, this is the example of, you know, sometimes like we get a lot of this. I get a lot of this, you know, although this is a Coke bottle, but I mean, a lot of times there's gonna be beer bottles here. I mean, see, that's what I sometimes don't like. You know, we get a lot of people like hanging out here, you know, and then they're drinking or they're doing something, drugs or something, and they make a mess. And then I have to pick up the trash on a day-to-day basis, you know. But although I mean, it doesn't bother me initially, but it's just the influence to see like homeless, or I mean, like it's just a bad influence to see that, you know. And then we're like, Jenny Lynn doesn't like to walk out here at times like this. Yeah, there is street lighting. See over here. But anyway, what's our house budget? Well, I mean, funny because like, I mean, like we're looking for a house that we could get for like, let me see, yeah, I have to go inside. Or, well, yeah.
Looking at houses.
Are you?
Look at, wait, look. Where is it? Where is that? It's
Baby.
5,071 bedrooms.
Baby.
Why would you need that many bedrooms?
It's a lot of
There's
bedrooms.
24 bathrooms.
Well, that's an apartment complex
I know,
yourself.
like-
Babas. Telling you. Yeah, so what yeah, so anyway, what was I talking about? I mean, how old are my daughters? Well, one of them is 13 and one of them is 15. So there's back to my backyard. What state am I leaving to? Well, I'm not leaving to California. I'm staying here. I'm just gonna move down the street. I mean, well, I'm just gonna be moving like over north San Bernardino. You know, like the nicer part of San Bernardino. I want to live, like where the Kendall Street is at. Yeah. So, well, Joe. Well, we don't even know the whereabouts of. The budget for the new house is about $500,000. I mean, we can't get anything less than that these days. I mean, the cheapest house you could buy here right now is about like 400 right now. Well, I mean, the cheapest house you could buy is probably like maybe $250,000, but it's gonna be a house that needs work and then in the ugliest areas of San Bernardino. I mean, it's gonna be a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath, small, like 900 square foot house in the ugliest areas of San Bernardino, that's what you're gonna get for like 250 or even three. I mean, but the cheapest decent house that you can get is like 400 these days. You know, like 400 is the cheapest house you could buy these days. But our budget is $500,000. You know, but I mean, I just know that. I mean, 500. We can afford the mortgage on that. But see, the thing is, like, you know, like we're gonna be putting telling you. Yeah, I wish we could. I mean, yeah, $250,000 music biz. Well, you're lucky that you don't live here in California. I mean, shit. I mean, wish I could just go out there and pay, like, just buy something out there. You know, I wish it was that easy to just get out of here and or that way. You know, telling you. But anyone who was smart, you know, we should have been smarter. I mean, in the past, you know, that we should have just stayed with the first house we got back in 2006. No, 2009, you know. It would have been better. I mean, if we would have been smart, if I would have been smart, we would have just stayed at the house, you know, like sometimes like stupidity, you know, that we've done the dumb things that we done, you know, we all do stupid things, you know, like the dumb choices that we made, you know, like we made a stupid choice, you know, back in 2016 to move out of that house, you know, that's the one in Rialto that we had, you know. Oh yeah, I mean, cool story. I had cool story. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's no house less than like $300,000 these days in California. Anyway, I don't know about the rest of the. Well, I know some of you say that you could get a house for like $50,000 and it's gonna be like more nicer than this one is. I mean, yeah, but telling you, 2013. Where do you live at anyway? What state is that? Where are you at? Where do you live at, Music Biz? What state are you in, or where are you at? Because I never heard of a house for being $20,000 unless it's like one of those small ones. Oh, 900 square feet. Yeah, I mean, I haven't got my tax return yet either. Yeah, some places. Yeah, I mean. Pog says Treshan is really upset with Joe. How funny. Jojo, 500K for. Well, yeah. Well, that's in LA. If you're gonna get a house in LA or Rancho Cucamonga or Covina area, you could expect about $500,000 for a 7-quart. Yes, literally. It's literally. Yes, it is, man. Literally. Especially if it's a beach house, literally, like you'll pay more than 500K for a 700 square feet house in a beach house, you know, like for a beach. But in the ghetto, like in the ghetto, like if you're talking about LA, that's almost about what it is. I mean, yeah, it's literally. I mean, yes, oh yeah. Well, cars cost a lot of money too. I mean. If I had the if I had the money to move to Covina, I mean, would I move there? I mean, well, if I was rich enough, would I move there? Probably, maybe not. But if I was rich, I would probably move like in the Rancho Cucamonga area. That's where I would live. Like I would live in the nicest areas of Rancho Cucamonga, you know, like where all the stores, like all the lights and stuff is at, you know, like even like, you know, Redland. Well, I mean, if I was rich, I would live there, you know. Yeah. Rancho Cucamonga is really expensive though. I mean, if it was 600, like maybe like 650 maybe for a house like this. Our house if it was in Rancho Cucamonga, yeah. Ryan Jackson's looking for one in the $120,000 range. Well, you'll get a mobile home for that price here in California. Yeah, you can get a mobile home for that price. Yeah. Yeah. Scotty J says in July. Hoya, they pay over 15 million sometimes for, yeah. Oh, yeah. God dang, yeah. That's expensive. Yeah, Adam, Adrian, Jeffrey. Hi, Adam, Adrian, Jeffrey says in Louisiana you could get a mansion for $400,000. That's like what we've sold our house for. Yeah, almost, man. We almost sold our house for $400,000. You know, it was 385. He sold his house for, supposed to be. But over in Louisiana, the cost of living is much cheaper, but jobs are not so great. So that's the key right there. That's the key word right there. I mean, see, the jobs. I mean, how is the economy over there? I mean, or how is the jobs and how easy is it and how do they pay? How good are they? Do they pay? I don't think they pay as much as they do over here in California because right now the jobs pay $15 an hour minimum now. I mean, in California. I don't know about the rest of the place. Why don't you move in with Jenny's parents? Well, there's no room in their house anymore. That's one. And number two, I mean, it would be, it just wouldn't work out. It wouldn't work because we would never, we would want to get out of there eventually. I'm talking about get out of family. And to buy a house over in San Diego, you could say good luck with that. What's the best area? Josh Fernandez says. I mean, well, what's the best area in California to live in? I would say probably San Diego. Probably a very popular area. I mean, San Diego, or maybe like in the Newport Beach, or and that's my opinion though. I mean, or how we call it, like Orange or Santa. Well, I don't know how those areas are. Santa Ana, where I grew up at. Covina, I mean, it's a nice area in California. Or Rancho Cucamonga is nice. I mean, San Diego is probably the best area, but it's also very expensive too. Telling you. Hi, Rudy Arahada. How long was Tracy with Arnold, or Arnold with Tracy? I think they were probably together, probably like 2-3 years. Don Raymond says, "Don't move to Louisiana." How funny. Yeah, see, that's the key right there. And then another comment says, Josh, Louisiana, man, that place sucks. Well, I mean, see, that's the key, right? That's the key word right there. I mean, houses are maybe cheaper in some places, but they may not be favorable. See, that's the key. In California, houses are way overpriced, but California is nice to so many people. Everybody loves California, you know. Shit. Yeah, no, that's the thing. You know, where it's at, where the house is at, that's the key right there. That's key, right there. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, San Diego prices are like Orange County, huh? Yeah. And right now, it's not a great time to buy right now, but how hot was it? It was like about 100 degrees today. Palm Springs, California, Filipinas. What is my net worth? That's a good question. Well, maybe, with the equity in this house, and plus all the stuff that we have, maybe about $150,000. Well, with the equity, most of that is equity in this house. I mean, yeah, I guess. But we're going to need this equity to move into this new house, and we're probably going to have to eat most of that to get into the new house. I mean, but this new house is going to be more expensive because it's going to be a more nicer house, or more upgraded house for us. I mean, we'll be paying more. But I mean, if I feel like it's worth it, then yeah, I mean, telling you. Have I ever heard of California City? I heard of that city. Telling you. So, yeah. Yeah, I know that Martin, the nearby YouTuber, says that he wants to move to Upland. But well, you would have the ability to do that too. I mean, because the house you're in, you lived there for 20 years, and that house you're in, I'm assuming. Well, he told me it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath or something. But that house is probably worth 400 easy $400,000. And then I think he said something about owing 100 on it or something. It says that's a lot of equity right there. I mean, you would have a lot of room. What is equity? Equity is like money that, like, well, let's say that you owed $100,000 on a house, but the house is worth $200,000. The equity, you have an equity of $100,000 because, like, whatever money that the house is worth more than what you owe, that's equity. Like a car. I mean, let's say that you owe $10,000 on a car, but you could sell your car for $15,000. You have an equity of $5,000. That's money that you have that's yours because your car is worth $15,000, but you owe $10,000, so you have $5,000 of equity. But it goes the other way around too. I mean, negative equity. I mean, you don't want negative equity. That can happen with houses and cars. Like negative equity. Like a car. Like if you owed $15,000 on a car, but the car is only worth 10, then you have a negative equity of $5,000, and you don't want to have anything with negative equity. But with houses, though, it's not easy. It's not too easy to get negative equity these days, though. Not with a house right now. Not right now. But I mean, telling you. So yeah. What things do I miss about being a teenager? Well, not having a care in the world. Coming home and my mom cooks me my meals, and not having a care in the world, man. Just go home and not pay any rent. And that's it right there. That's what I miss about being a teenager. And plus, my feeling like more energy back then. I had a lot of energy back then, In today's times, not so much. Why do we want to move? Because I want to upgrade myself. We want an upgraded house. We want to upgrade ourselves to a nicer area, more nicer house. But although we're expecting to pay more, yes, but we just want to upgrade ourselves. Good to see you. Well, we have a security system in our house, yeah, of course, and the cameras too. We have the cameras. What stuff do I do at home for fun? Well, I mean, when I have time, I like to ride bikes sometimes. Or I just like to browse the internet. I mean, like, look on my phone, How long do I live at the house you're in? We lived here. Hi, Ajax Tech. I remember you. Aging Tech. I remember you. So, we lived here for almost 5 years. We lived in this house for 4.5 years. So, I mean, yeah, we lived here for 4.5 years. What do I do for a living? I work in a distribution center, and I drive a high reach truck. Well, it's a forklift. It's a high reach, and I drive a forklift too. I mean, that's what I do in my job. Richard Gunder said, "Did you fix the AC?" No, yeah, we haven't done it yet. I mean, we haven't done it yet, but I don't know when. I mean, we're gonna do it. I don't even know if we're even gonna fix the air conditioner, but I mean, probably want to though. I probably will want to fix it before we move, But Music Biz says, basically, I want to keep up with Joneses. Well, it's not exactly that, because I just want a more nicer area. I mean, because I want to be able to go outside and walk the neighborhood, like without being afraid, I just want to upgrade myself. We've been here for years. We want to upgrade. I want to upgrade. We feel like I deserve an upgrade in my life. I mean, because I want to be able to walk the neighborhood without being scared. Like, not that it is here, but I mean, not that I would say that anything bad would happen here, but I mean, just want to upgrade myself. That's what it is. I mean, I want like, I mean, yeah, that's basically it. I mean. Music Biz said, yes, it's a seller's market, which is why I gave up looking because I already own two and wanted another. I'm telling you, very good. Motorhome, very nice. Wow, you're going to have to share one of those things with me. You're going to have to give me one of your houses for free. Free. No reason, just for free. You have to give me one of you guys' houses for free. It's free, like where I don't have to pay anything, like no reason, but just for free. Telling you. Yeah. Go back to your old hood. If I was rich enough, probably. Yeah, we want to fix the air conditioner. I mean, we want to see when we have the chance to do so. But, well, I mean, yeah. the funny comment about like that, Music Biz says, gotta keep up with the Joneses. But that's not like, but that, even though it may seem like it, but it's not in my mind to do that though. It's in my mind to feel like what I want, how I want, like what I want in life. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah, cheap house in Arizona, huh? Telling you. Freebie. Hyena house. Can you make, I'm telling you, shirts with the face on it? Someone who would buy it. Well, yeah, I know I still actually have those shirts for sale. I haven't really sold any lately, though. But, yeah. Telling you. Yeah, you know what? Music Biz says, I seen California the other day. Shit, gas, oh, yeah, man. Gas prices, man, my God. Fucking crazy, man. Good thing I don't drive that much, man. Good thing I don't drive a lot, man. Because shit, if living expenses are so high, the wages are actually make it like you're yeah. Well, yeah, make it look like you're making less. Yeah, that's true. There, apparently. I mean, the power of your dollar is like less. It's less. The more expensive it is to live here. Well, right now the minimum wage is about 15 in some places. But the gas is $5 a gallon right now. I mean, back in the 90s, the minimum wage was like $5 at the time, and the gas was like $2 at the time. Like $1.50. It used to be $1.50 back then. But yeah, so for that example. Hi, Eddie Rayland. Ross R. Some of these are Grand Marquis. I'm telling you. Hi, original Ducks Rule. Hi, Lisa Shirley. Do I use top tier gas? No, I don't. I never do. In the Camaro, yes. Well, I'll put the good stuff in the Camaro, but I don't drive the car much. So I mean. Telling you. Nashville. Where is Nashville? Is that Florida or something? Well, thank you very much, Raymond Para. That you love the video very much. Thank you very much. Welcome to my time capsule. Telling you, how much is a gallon of milk here? Well, we paid like $3 at Walmart. I mean, $3. Was Arnold married to Tracy? Nah, he was not married to Tracy, but they were just girlfriend and boyfriends. but they didn't get along, or Arnold could not get along with Tracy because he said that she was mean. She was too mean or something, you know. So they broke up, and it just didn't work out, apparently. Hi, Kayla. Will I sell any of our cars before we move? No. Well, I hope that we don't have to end up going into an apartment, because if we do, then we may not have a place to park all 4 cars. So, maybe I'd probably store one at my mom's mobile home or something, and I'd probably take the other 3. Usually in an apartment we can do 2 cars, but yeah. Chino, how many want to go moving back to Chino? Well, that would be expensive, that area. Telling you. Jonathan Yescus. Hi, I've been good. Hi, Jonathan Yescus. Hearn Vault. Is it cool having videos? I like watching my own videos when I was young. Well, it's fun, telling you. El Monte. Well, that anywhere past San Bernardino is expensive. Telling you, I'm gonna turn on the light in here in the garage. There's the garage. In my garage. Damn, that was a loud firework. I'm gonna turn on the bistro lights right here. Telling you. Bryce Pillow. What was your favorite artist from the past, in like 70s, 80s, 90s? Well, my favorite artist, I like Chicago. The music, from Chicago. I love that music. Yeah, the Camaro. We don't even really use this car that much. It's just more like a weekend car, How's Cynthia's husband? Well, he's fine, I guess. The firework. People are lighting up fireworks. I'm telling you. Why doesn't Jenny Lynn drive? Well, she's not enthusiastic enough, I guess. Telling you. Yeah. So Don Raymond says the first video you watched was the kids dancing in 1994. Oh yeah. Telling you. What do your kids think about when they see the videos of your younger self? Well, they say, oh, that was you? Yeah. Telling you. Seeing Saturday in the Park. I love their music. I love Chicago. Their music. I love the music. Burbank, man. I don't think that. I want to move to San Bernardino. I still want to move like in the north part of San Bernardino, like the more nicer area of San Bernardino. I want to, but it may not be easy. It might not be easy to find a house there. It may not be easy though. Oh yeah. So anyways, I like Styx. I like the music. How old was I when I started driving? I was 16. I might buy every car Gilbert owned from the past. You might buy? Oh yeah? I want to know about it. Telling you. 90s house music, Gil. That's me. Well, I like the 90s music. 90s house. I'm telling you. Well, it might be kind of hard to find every car that I had, because some of those may be in junkyards and stuff. I'm talking about like if you're looking to buy a car that's just like the ones that I had, they're hard. They could be pretty hard to find right now. Not yet. So anyways, How's the Camaro? It's good. I mean, the Camaro, we don't really drive that car that much. It's only like a weekend car, more like a weekend car. Yeah, so telling you. Well, I bet it's a cool thing to literally, well, yeah, naturally about the video of the first time I met Jenny Lynn. Yeah, pretty much. There's nothing. Well, I need to have videos of my whole life. I had a Mexican afro in the 80s and 90s like I did, huh? How funny. You're only a couple years older than me. Oh, yeah? How funny. This was by Stax G's. Ross R. You can only drag race on Sundays. Oh, yeah? I'm telling you. Is it worth more or lower than... Hang on. Jim Bob. Hector was the main core of the 90s. And probably Joe, too. I mean... Top speed, well, the fastest I ever been in a car ever was 120. That's the fastest I ever been in a car. And I did that with my Ford Escort, with my 1995 Ford Escort, and the 1984 Mazda 66. They both were about the same speed. Lisa Shirley said, I haven't lost my hair. Wow, isn't that nice? Isn't that magnificent? How do you say that word? Telling you. The video from 1991 with all the teenagers hanging out with the blacks and whites and Mexican. That's how it used to be before, yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, we all got along. Everybody got along. It didn't matter who they were. I mean, back in the times, we all got along. We all got along. What happened to those days these days, man? What happened to those days, Hi, Uva Grape. How funny. Nacho Man says 25. Nope. Oh, here's... Everyone hates each other in LA. It's stressed out. Yeah, why LA? I mean, I can imagine that. Because how busy it is, how crazy it is with the traffic and parking and stuff. So Northern California not any better, isn't it? For houses are at least 500K there, huh? Northern California, I guess it's the same thing. Octavio says. Ernesto Gutierrez. Hi. Telling you, what was it? Was I a good student in high school? Well, I mean, I was quiet, put it that way. And well, I ended up with... I graduated with a C plus average. I mean, I was not in the best, but I mean, well, I did graduate, but with a C plus. How's your day? Hi, I'm Christius. How's your day? It's pretty good. I mean, I got kind of lazy because I worked.
It's okay. I know, but look at it though.
Yeah. Telling you. Hi, Meltdown. Social media and technology separate in a way because they're always on. Yeah. Well, it is because, I'll tell you, because I can remember in the 80s in particular, like, I can remember, like we always looked forward to the weekends when our families would come over and visit us. We loved those days, man. My gosh. We loved those times, They were like the best moments of our lives. Like when we would have cousins and family coming over for the weekend to sleep over. Man, those are the funnest times of our lives in the 80s. Because you figure back in the time, it was boring. It was boring if we didn't have any gatherings. Because if we didn't have any gatherings, then we'd be stuck in our rooms with only board games or books, or only very few of us had a TV in our bedroom. Only a very small handful of people The kids had TVs in their bedrooms, you know. So, I mean, we didn't have any phones, you know. We had nothing like that. We only had maybe some books, but who liked reading books? And then if you had, like, for in the case of me and my brothers, like, sometimes we would play a board game or something, but that's all we had, though. I mean, it's all we had. We didn't have any TV or anything. So the best thing that would happen was when our family would come over. When then all us kids would play games. They were the. But in today's times, though, it's very different now because we tend to not get bored being home by ourselves, you know, because we just watch the YouTube and stuff, you know. Yeah. Have I ever named my cars? No, not really. I just called them what they were, the Mazda 66 or my. Yeah, no, I never gave people's names on them. I just never did that. How funny. Telling you. So, yeah. Hi, Jerry Leva. I haven't seen you in a long time. What happened to you? I haven't seen you on Facebook lately. Jerry Leva. I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm telling you, so. What if you named your old cameras? That's a good concept. Well, Grandpa, I could probably call one of my cameras Grandpa Camera, I guess, maybe. Telling you, yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, Jerry Leva. Okay, I'm actually gonna show you one of my cameras. This one right here. This is my camcorder, and I still actually use it. I still actually use it sometimes, you know. Before, well, I could probably. Here's another camcorder that I have. It's an 8mm. Telling you. So, yeah. Is a GoPro difficult to use? Nope. It's really easy to use those. Brooklyn Brawler. Well, thank you very much for your comment. Does the Camaro have any modifications? No. It's all stock. Yeah. Ross R. Yeah, so that was my classic camera. That's what I used to use to make all the videos that you saw on my YouTube. Did find it. Well, people did not find it weird for me to make videos like in the public or like in the old days. Because if anything, people like would say hi and they would be they would actually want to be filmed because they want to say they think it's fun, you know, like they think it's funny because they're gonna be on TV, you know, like they think that they're gonna be on TV. That was in the old days, you know. But now, in today's times, if I try to make a video of the public, they're gonna want to jump me for it because they think that I'm making a video of them, and I'm gonna try to find something to gossip about or whatever. I mean, yeah, telling you. I named my own Ford Excursion Kit, named after the movie Knight Rider. Oh yeah. Michael Extreme says. So you having a Ford Excursion, huh? Well, Hector, my brother had one of those. He actually had 2 of those. But apparently they got repossessed, though, because he was not able to pay them, you know. Tiggle. What blurry? What's blurry? Okay, Raw, LMC. I'll see ya then. Yeah. Any chance you could move to Victorville? Yeah, I wish. It's cheaper. I know it's cheaper there, but unfortunately it'd be too far for us. Brian W. How first time commuter, long time. Very good. Welcome to my time cap. Oh, thank you very much, Greg G, for your gift. Thank you very much for that. Duh. Brooklyn Brawler. Gil, you are such precious soul. Thank you for taking us all time traveling. Well, you are very welcome. You come to the right place for that. For my time capsule. I pray that you remain blessed and continue to live long, beautiful life. Well, yes. Well, thank you very much for your comment. Good night, Mark's reviews. What yet? Telling you. iPhone or Android? Well, I'm using my Samsung S21 right now, so. Are you moving out of state? No. We're gonna stay within this area. Hamwalt. Bet you never would have thought 50,000 people would be watching your video. Oh yeah, no, imagine that. I mean, well, I never imagined that myself back in the day. Like, especially when I made a video, like, back in my day. Like, these videos were actually for my personal use only. Back then, that's the original intent. But I mean, since they're really old, I mean, it's no problem to share it now since they're old already. So, I mean, Jerry Leva said, hey, Gil, what was that motivation for shooting off all of those videos in the 80s? Just past time? Well, you know what? Well, I actually made a video about that. What inspired me to make videos? Well, it's to do with sentimental feeling of wanting to capture memories. And it's like I just had this feeling of like wanting to remember my day. I just wanted, well, it's like a sentimental thing. I wanted to capture all my mom and everybody, like, so I can remember how life was back in the day. I mean, it's all about like kind of like, what do we call that? I mean, it was like a sentimental thing, but then again, you know, like, I just loved recording, you know, back then too. I mean, but it's more like just, so I just had this thing about like wanting to remember like what life was like back in my day, you know. Meltdown said, well, let me know that somebody you know, and then I can request that they take it off or they share it or they give me all the profits, because that's not fair. It's not fair if they're getting all that money like for something that's mine, you know. That's not fair, you know. So telling you. Keywork. How about a mobile home in Santa Ana? Well, yeah, I mean, I imagine space rent would probably be very expensive there. I mean, well, you know, space rent here, even here, is expensive, you know. In San Bernardino, even in San Bernardino, it's expensive, man. Telling you. Kevin Perez. Is Cali getting really bad? Is media mixed? Yeah, I mean, sometimes the media talks too much. Yeah, sometimes media talks too much. Yeah. Hi, Rex Gaming. Ross R. Yeah, do not. Yeah, I hope that the people out there are not stealing my videos, like, or talking about uploading them and making like money off of it. That's not fair, you know. But I haven't really seen it. I haven't seen much of that, though, really. I mean, I know I had 1 or 2 instances here and there, but it only lasts for like a little bit. I mean, where I know some people who had actually uploaded my video and they had a lot of views on it and stuff. That's from what I saw. But it's not like something, you know, like, yeah. Nobody, I mean, I haven't heard of anybody using my videos. Like, I mean, I haven't really heard much lately, but I mean, yeah. Telling you. Am I allowed to show you?
No.
Yeah. I'm telling. Scottman, yeah. I've been wanting to ask Scottman or Scotty Kilmer a question about my car, but I could never. I don't have any luck getting him to see my question because we got so many people. Like, it's like a house. You know, we're looking for a house, but we can't even get a house because so many other people are trying to get one. You know, but for me, I'm trying to get my question answered about my car, but he doesn't see my comment because he gets so many people trying to comment. You know, like he has so many people that he has to answer. So I mean, I'm kind of hopeless on getting answered. Although my cars are fine right now, but I mean, I don't really have. I mean, I just have a little just a couple questions about my cars. But I mean, it's good though. Jerry Leva says, as I get older, I find myself listening to 80s music and watching TV broadcasts on YouTube a lot. Do you do? Well, apparently I do. I mean, well, 80s, well, I listen mostly to older music, and while the music that 90s and 80s, listen mostly to 80s and 90s. Have you spoken to Cynthia or Arnold about appearing on live or, well, Arnold had thoughts about joining in, but he hasn't done it yet, you know. Telling you. Keybrick says, when you move, will you take the furries to? Well, hopefully, I mean, we could find a house. I mean, if we find a house, then we'll be able to move everything that we have to the new house, and we don't have to take the dog. We don't have to worry about letting go of the dog or anything. But I mean, you know, the agent says that we should be able to get a house. I mean, even though it might be tough. But we should be able to get one, though, they say. I mean, if I was in your area, I'd call out my name. There's a bird. There's actually a bird flying out there. You don't see birds that often in the night. I think Cynthia is beautiful. I get a lot of y'all who like Cynthia. Well, Cynthia is cute. Yeah, I mean, for the age that she is, because the way Cynthia like takes care of herself, and Cynthia always makes herself like really pretty. You know, she does that. Like that's natural. That's natural of Cynthia to do that. I mean, that's natural with the girls. You know, yeah. Can you get a house with bad credit? Well, the short answer is no. But I mean, some banks will actually loan you money to buy a house with as low as 580, as long as there's no really bad negatives on your credit, like collections or bankruptcy. As long as there's no bankruptcies or collections or things like that. I mean, but preferably 620 or up. So that you gotta have in order to be able to get a house. That one fan that went to get together, telling you. Not true, man. Telling you. Well, hi, Mark Blanco, Night. Breads. I wish I had the money to buy a house in Azusa. I'm telling you. If I can go back in time, well, I should probably actually make a video about that. If I can go back in time, what would I change about myself? That sounds like, well, what would I change? What would I change about? Well, I would probably say, I gotta speak up more, I guess. I don't know. Have I ever had a talk with the kids? Well, yeah, naturally. Telling you. Do I miss Cynthia as a 9-year-old? Yeah, why not? I mean, well, because we used to have our little days. We had our fun, our fun days. Like we always had our little fun days, like fun get-togethers and stuff, like play games or whatever. Like we always mess around, We'd always play games or like watch TV together or things like that. If you paid promote video on YouTube, well, oh yeah, if I paid money to promote the video on YouTube, yeah, it's true there. I mean, yeah, I mean, I never really thought about doing that, but YouTube actually made my channel, made my video viral, and that's where I got the help of all the 50,000 subscribers. That's where I got them because the YouTube actually made some of my videos viral. So I mean that really got me up. That's where it got me up there. Telling you. Well, speak up. Tiwa's son said, well, like sometimes you gotta speak up. Like speak up your feelings. You gotta speak your feelings. You gotta speak up. You gotta say something. Like sometimes. Yeah, so. And what advice would I give to myself, my younger self? Yeah, I mean, well, that's kind of like a similar question about. I mean, yeah, what advice would I? Well, like I say, speak up. I would tell myself, don't be shy. Quit being shy. Quit being shy and quit worrying about what others think of me. There's a motorcyclist who's being loud right now. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lisa Shirley said, other people only have 1 or 2 past videos. They didn't record as much as I did. Yeah, apparently, a lot of people apparently not. I mean, I'm still working night shift. Richard Gunder is asking me. Yeah, my job, my hours is from 2 o'clock p.m. until 12:30. Typically Monday through Thursdays. And then Friday, I typically go in at 10 o'clock in the morning until like 8 o'clock or 6:30 at night. When am I moving? Well, as soon as we can find another place. I mean, I don't know. It could be a month or 2 months. I mean, let's hope everything goes fine. I mean, shouldn't be that hard. I hope not. But the longer that we're in escrow, the better. The easier it'll be. Brian W. says, take care. Okay, I'll see you. I'm glad you two notified me of your live. Well, that's good, though. I'm telling you. Do I still have gold change from the 90s? No. Telling you. Hi, Ernesto. Tiggle. Tiwa, son. I think YouTube algorithm works like that, especially if you post very regularly. Yeah, I do. I mean, I do actually post videos at least once a week. I do. Escrow. What is escrow in a house? Well, escrow is when they put all the paperwork together. When they put everything together, all the information about our credit and all the information about the paperwork involving buying the house and property taxes. When you put everything together, like all the transactions and all the information, when they put all the paperwork together involving like buying the house and where they take your down payment, everything that's involving buying the house, all the paperwork involved, that's what escrow is. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what escrow is. Like when they put all the paperwork together and put in all the money or like the down payments or they check credit scores and they check the property taxes, everything. That's what escrow is. That they're putting all that stuff together and getting it ready for the new owner of houses. That would be the same thing, for us, So, Gil, did you still make cat sound? Well, I still do. That's the cat sounds. Sergio says, well, I mean, yeah, the cat noises that I make in my video, or the bird noises. I should probably make a video about that, about where did that come from, like why do I make those bird calls or cat noises in my videos? Well, it's just like it was in me. It was me. I just had the urge to make sounds, like. But apparently, all of these videos were all personal use only. I just had the inside urge to make noises, like. That's just me back in the day. Hi, Nacho Man. Did Joe ever box Hector when he was drunk? Well, no, not really, but no, at least it was probably at least once. Once in all the time that we knew that they wanted to fight each other one time. Hector and Joe. It probably only happened once. Like in all the time that they knew each other. Yeah. In all that time, Do I have any dash cam video? Well, yeah, I sure do. I do have some videos from a dash cam. But, I mean, I don't have a lot. But I actually did. I did make some dash cam videos. Yeah. Telling you, would I want to live in Port Coima? Well, it'd be too far for us. Yeah, Joe was two people. When he was drunk, he was like some totally different person my mom complained about. Telling you. Hi, Peterson. Hi, I'm Eric Peterson. I'm telling you. 44 Dynamic. Hi, you haven't noticed any empty shelves at the store? Empty shelves at the store? Well, no, not really. I mean, well, I don't know what, it's not like that these days, though. Am I looking for a new job? Well, that was fireworks right there. A lot of people are still doing fireworks here. Am I looking for a new job when we move? Well, no. I mean, I think I'm happy with my job, I guess. I mean, for now, because I feel secure in my job right now, so I don't want to change jobs just if I feel secure, because in my past, I did have bad experiences with jobs, with trying to hold a job in the past, so I want to stay in the job that I'm in now because it's guaranteed security there, because if I move to another job, I mean, I'm not gonna, it's a threat, it's kind of like a threat, because since I would be brand new in any new job, I would be more likelihood to be let go. I mean, but at least in this job right now, I mean, I'm secured. They had me for 2 years, so yeah. So, okay, Jerry Leva. Yeah, I'll see you later then. I'm telling you. When I'm drunk, I'm a nicer person, Don Raymond says. How funny. My job is in Ontario, by the Ontario Mills Mall. That's where my job is. That's near there. Yeah, it's pretty nice out here. I mean, yeah, it's nice right now outside. Eric Peterson is saying. Hi, Frosty Seconds. Hi, Frosty Seconds. Tiggle. Do I miss Joe? Well, I mean, I'm neutral about that. Security is important when you're 50. Well, job security, yes. I mean, big time, because I always heard that, I mean, for some reason that for old people, like, they tend to discriminate with older people. I mean, that's what I hear. I mean, I guess it's probably true. I mean, but the older people tend to be more reliable than the younger people, because, like, I mean, I know I've seen it. I mean, in my job, like when we have older people going in, they tend to stay longer because they tend to be more reliable. But I mean, of course, we have our limits. Us older people have physical limits, but we tend to stay longer though. But the young kids, they're more stronger and they got more energy, but they don't last long. A lot of them don't last that long. I'm telling you. So yeah. What was my favorite cartoon in the '90s? I love the Bugs Bunny shows and stuff. I still like those things, man. Sergio said, "Did you ever beat Joe at Mario Kart?" How funny. How much is a rent here? Fun, $1,600. That's what we're paying here. Well, the mortgage. What is your favorite memory of the '90s? My favorite memory of the '90s, I think it's probably the mid in that time. Yeah, Peterson is excited to see the new house. Well, I hope we can catch one. I hope we could catch one because it's gonna be a challenge. I'm telling you. Well, we should be able to get one though. I mean, I like the Flintstones, and I love the what's another cartoon that I loved? Shit. Well, I know, like I used to like the Care Bears. I mean, yeah, I mean that would be a kid thing, but I used to like to watch the Care Bears with Cynthia. Back in the time when Cynthia was little. I like those type of cartoons. Care Bears and Rainbow Bright. I liked watching those cartoons. Like, and then Pupples. I remember Pupples. Again, that little cartoon. Like. I used to like those little cartoons that they used to play, man. So I hear more. That's fireworks. Telling you. If you could go back to '90s at your favorite. Greg G. You hear that sound? Wow, that was fireworks. He-Man. You hear that sound? Well, that's the fireworks. I remember Rocky and the Bullwinkle. Yeah. Yeah, man. Speeding Gonzales, yeah. Yeah, I mean, wow, I think probably my ultimate favorite cartoons were probably like the Road Runner shows, the Road Runners, and then, I tell you, they were probably Bugs Bunny. They were probably my favorite of all, Bugs Bunny and Runner shows, yeah. I love those shows, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. He-Man and Voltron and stuff. Remember that? Voltron and the Wheeled Warriors. Remember Wheeled Warriors? Oh man. Yeah, I love those. Yeah. Oh man, the Wheeled Warriors and Space Jam, huh? I would go back to the '90s. It was the best. Well, the '90s, it was nice. It was a nice year. It was a nice time for me. Now we're talking about like the sitcoms, Gilligan's. I remember that. I remember one of the funniest episodes in Gilligan's Island, or the ones that I will remember, is the episode when when the spaceship or this little space capsule landed on their island, and the NASA thought that they had landed on Mars or something, and then they had a chance. Gilligan and the gang, they had a chance to try to get them to find them, but at the end, like Gilligan forgot to turn off the glue or something, and then it blew up. The glue, it blew up, and then they were chasing down Gilligan because he got mad. They got mad at him, and then with all the feathers that they collected, that one of the old people collected, and I don't remember their names. He just chased them into the feathers, and with all the glue that was on them, they all of them got feathers all over them, and then the NASA that it was the chicken people living on Mars, you know. That was funny, man. The radioactive vegetables is my favorite episode, huh? The Gilligan's Island. I mean, some of those are kind of funny, man. Edward Cam said, "Did I get the central air conditioner? I haven't fixed it yet. I mean, I want to fix it. I mean, but I'll see. I mean, I may not even get a chance to do that because the new owners of the house is probably going to be getting it right away. I mean, Garbage Pail Kid. Was there a movie by that? Was there a Garbage Pail Kids movie or cartoons? Was there one like? I never saw that. I never saw that. Elvira was the bomb. I remember Elvira? Yes. Oh yeah, big time. Well, she used to always like play like, and then yeah, she used to always be on the movies, like before a movie, like when they every Friday, I think it was 2 times. It was like every week they would show a new movie and they would play it twice. Well, in my state anyway, this Elvira show, they used to play the same movie twice. Like they would play it once on Friday, I think, and then again they would play that movie again on like on Sunday or something in case that we missed it. I remember that. Eric remembers that episode that I was talking about. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that was funny, man. That was a funny episode, man. Well, there's a lot of them. I mean, well, Gilligan's Island, man, they were funny shows, man. The A-Team. I'm telling you. Well, yeah, that would be fun to watch the marathon of Gilligan's with you, yeah. I'm telling you. Very good. Well, yeah, oh, yeah. Invest in electric vehicles, especially this company called Rivian. Yeah. Well, the electric cars would sound like a nice idea. I mean, with the gas prices they are right now. Shit. Ross R wants to buy my entire video collection. How funny. I know I had one of you. Like I know I had one person telling me that one time, that they wanted to buy my entire video collection. That's funny, man. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Yeah, that, I remember that. Because they used to play these movies, including Beware the Blob. And they used to play these, like, crazy movies, like, things like Beware the Blob, something scary, usually scary movies. And then Elvira would always be, like, the start of the show. I mean, well, she would always be, like, showing up, like, during the show. Like, they would stop the show, and then she would be talking about the show and stuff. I mean, Elvira. Yeah. Ralph's Supermarket. Do I have Ralph's? I think there's a Ralph's near where I live. Michael Rubbles. Would you ever consider moving to Texas? Well, unfortunately, it would be kind of hard for me to adjust to another area because over here where I'm at, all of my family's here, like my mom and everybody's here, and yeah. Hi, Chicky Willie. I haven't seen you in a while. Every time I see your name, I remember the letter you sent me on the mail. I think it was a Christmas card. It was a few years back, The letter you sent me, like a Christmas card, That was funny. I'm telling you. Knight Rider. Frosty Sounds. Yeah, they had a Garbage Pail Kids movie. It came out in 1987. I have to see that. I've never seen that movie before. Never heard of it. I've never seen that before. Chris Diaz. I like the show Quantum Leap. Telling you. Very good. Says $6.39 a gallon in Beverly Hills. Wow, man. Shit. Is it really? Well, that's for full service. They don't even have full service gas stations here, in my area anyway. But man, $6.30. Damn. Well, over here, it's $5 in some places, man. $5 a gallon over here. Well, man, am I glad I don't drive that much. I'm glad I don't drive that much, man. I tell you, shit. I would go broke in a heartbeat, man. Even with the Kia, yeah. Even with the Kia, I would go broke in a heartbeat if I had to drive to LA and back every day, for an example. Shit, hell no. It costs like what, like 40, $50 to fill up my little Kia. Yeah, costs as much as $50, man, to fill up the Kia. Shit, I mean, it's 10 gallons too. I mean, man, well, the truck that we have. Shoot, damn, man. I have to fucking sell the house to put the gas in the truck. Well, I hardly use the truck though at all. I hardly use it at all. I mean, the new truck that we bought, earlier this year. I probably only drove the truck, what, 2,000 miles, 3,000 miles since we got it. So, I mean, there's no problem there. I mean, Jonathan Shaw said 286 here in North Carolina, man. Damn, man. Oh, it's about $4 in Washington, huh? Old dirty Castro. The Count says, you give me Mike Persian vibes. I'm telling you. Snickers, just Chef Justin. Europe does. I know I'm familiarized with Europe. Yeah. 340 in Ohio, K. Adams says. Probably a mobile station, 639, never seen. Yeah. 639, never seen. Laker Mark 2006. Hey Gil, where are you looking to move? Well, we want to move near here. We want to move a little bit north here. Well, I'm talking about North San Bernardino. We still want to stick around San Bernardino. We want to stick around, but we want a more upgraded version of the house. We just want to upgrade ourselves with a little bit more nicer house, more nicer area. We want to upgrade in a nicer area. I mean, in a nicer house, more. Well, this house is pretty nice, apparently, but I mean, we want to upgrade to something bigger or just a more nicer area. We just want to upgrade to a nicer area, like where we would not be afraid to walk in the neighborhood, Telling you. Well, for like the gas prices here is like this. It's more than 4 here, anyway. Hi, Ringo, Starchy, Edward Kim. You got so many vehicles now. Ever thought about selling any? Well, I mean, not right now. I mean, I don't know. Not right now. I mean, telling you, are there wildfires out there? Well, not at the moment. Did I ever have a chance to see Michael Jackson live on stage? No, apparently no. Well, am I afraid to walk in this neighborhood? Well, the neighborhood, well, I mean, I am and I am not, But the thing is, I mean, we live next to a bar, and of course, we get a lot of people, who get drunk, and we don't know what they're capable of doing, sometimes, How big of a house we're looking. Well, I mean, it would be nice if we could get 4 bedrooms, and we want more than 2 baths. Well, we want a house that's gonna have at least 2 baths, and minimum of 3 bedrooms. But we want a house that's gonna be at least like nothing smaller than this one. Well, this house here is actually 1,350 square feet. We want a house that's going to be at least like the same size as this one, but just in a nicer area, like a more nicer area and a newer house. We want a house that's going to be newer and in a more nicer area, in North San Bernardino. I mean, I'm telling you, Edward Kim said, don't sell the house. Getting that second floor addition put onto your house. It's cheaper than. Well, yeah, I mean, I can agree with that in that aspect. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm telling you. But, yeah, more like the question of the area that I'm in, why we want to live, why we want to leave. I mean, like I'm not gonna talk smack about the area that I'm in now, but we just want a more lovely area. We just want a more nicer area. I mean, we want to. But I mean, but and then of course we want to upgrade. We want to upgrade ourselves. I mean, like, but otherwise we probably wouldn't think it would be any point to move, you know. But the thing is, like, we'll be able to, like, we're looking for a house that's going to cost $100,000 more than what we sold this one for, so we should be able to get that for $100,000 more. So, telling you, yeah. Hi, Peter Table. Telling you, we're. Was I a fan of Beatles? Well, I liked their music. I like their music. Telling you, Apple forever says the housing market crash is coming. I'm telling you. Well, I don't know about that because right now the banks are kind of cautious about who they loan the money. It's not like 2006 where the banks where the banks were being careless on who they were loaning the money to, and then they had their little subprime rates going on, or I know it was like that they had where the payments were low at first for a little bit while, and then it went up to double like after 2 years, and that's where the crash happened, you know, because it knocked everybody's budget out of whack, you know, when the way they did that, you know. Well, that's what I heard. I heard it that way. I'm telling. Yeah, rates will go up. That's what I hear. It'll probably go. I mean, they say that it might go to like 4% going on to 2000, and they might slow down the market a little bit. Yeah, we just want to live in a more nicer area. Like, well, you know, I want to live in a nicer area where we could feel like where we could walk, and like where it would be nice to walk in the night, even in the night, you know. North San Bernardino is a nice area for that, you know. Like, I mean, the North San Bernardino is pretty nice. Like, I see people walking in the night, you know. Like over here where I'm at, not so much. We don't get so much of that area because people are afraid of walking around here, you know. Well, because, you know, we don't know, like, because we're, like I said, we're close to the city. We're really close to the city where the bars are at. We're close to that. So a lot of people are going to hang out in that area. So a lot of people that we don't know how they are can hang out in those areas, you know. Well, the interest rates are pretty low right now. So, of course, it's going to be more expensive. That's no question about it. But, I mean, but at least the one thing we'll be able to do is pay off all of our credit and stuff, including the Camaro. And then we'll actually have cash lying around after this, after all this. Yeah. Yeah, so anyways. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, the realtor told me, or the bank told me, somewhere around $600 a month per 100K, but that's with the property, that's with the mortgage insurance, you know, since most of us don't have 20% down, you know. They told me $600 a month per 100K that we borrow. So, I mean, well, that's what today's interest rates, you know. I mean, they say it's about 3%. Yeah, telling you. Well, yeah. So, anyways, Jonathan Shaw, Laker Mark. Yeah, see, yeah, that's exactly the problem for us right now, Laker Mark. But it's a nice time to sell a house, but it's finding where to go is a problem. Well, like finding the new house, so. Telling you. Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I wonder how things will be Well, yeah, that's a 30-year mortgage. Unfortunately, we're not rich enough to do 15. I mean, yeah. So yeah, moved to Irvine. Huh, yeah, I wish we had the money for that city. That's an expensive town. Very expensive town. Telling you. Santa Clarita. Oh, yeah, have I been? Well, you know what? My job is my gym. My job. A lot of people asking me if I work out or not. I mean, but no, I mean, it's my job because my job, I lift the boxes in my job. You know, I do a lot of that in my job. I know, like, and everything. What city does my dad live in? Corona. My dad lives in Corona. Telling you. Apple forever. Should probably be more like sell the truck and get a hybrid. Yeah. Yeah, Apple forever. Like, well, this is a thing that I was kind of thinking about doing too. Like, sell the house, take the equity, and then live in an apartment for a little bit until the market cools off, and then buy a house. Then, you know, that way, you don't have to be. That, because right now people are actually bidding on houses. You know, right now people are actually paying more money than what the house is worth, and like some people will actually throw in like an extra $30,000 like to pay more than the house because the banks won't finance more than what the house is worth, you know. Telling you. Man, Eric Peterson has his paying $15K a month on a $3.2 million. Man, that must be a very fancy house there, I tell you. That must be interesting. I always wondered what it's like to be rich like that, you know. I always wondered sometimes what it's like. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm telling you. What is it like? Temecula is expensive. Well, Temecula is actually expensive too, I guess. Yeah. Menifee is growing. Even San Bernardino is growing too. I mean, even San Bernardino too. Because there's a lot of structures being built here in San Bernardino. I mean, include a lot of distribution centers are being built in my area. You know, a lot of them, man. A lot of new yeah, inflation will keep prices popped up, all right. Yeah, but money, well, see, like the jobs. I mean. Yeah, so people, I mean, you know what? It's like right now, like, I mean, like when we see a house, like this house, our house, this house, we put this house for sale for $350,000. You know, it's a lot of money already. I mean, $350,000 for this 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. We paid, yeah, we put it for sale for $350. But we had a bidding war on this house on the first weekend that we got it out. Shit, the first weekend we had a bidding war on this house, and someone like the bidding war ended at 385. Like someone apparently was willing to pay $35,000 more than what this house is actually worth. I mean, they paid more money than what this house is worth because people, like, it's more people wanting a house than how many houses is available. So yeah, I mean, that's where the prices go up, you know. Yeah. Hi, Kayla. Telling you. Have I ever gotten into video editing? Well, I just use the Windows Movie Maker, you know. Did we pick the buyer? Well, sort of. I mean, well, we picked the buyer. I mean, we picked the buyer based on what the best offer that they had, or the most stable that they had. Telling you. I'm invited anytime. Oh, okay. I want to go there. I want to see what your place looks like. Eric Peterson. I think he said something about a Lamborghini that he owned one or something. That interesting to actually see one in person. I never actually seen one of those in person. Well, I have seen them, of course, but I never actually touched one. Really, I never actually touched a Lamborghini. I think I heard about you, man, like owning one of those things, man. I'm telling you. When does the escrow close on this house? Well, 2 weeks, they said. 2, 3 weeks, because they removed all the contingencies of loan and appraisal and all that stuff. Yeah, they removed all the contingencies of that. And well, they removed the appraisal contingency. So the buyer of this house is willing to pay more than what it appraises for. I mean, yeah. Because a loan company will only loan only so much, because that's one way that I know that a crash is not going to happen, because the bank's a little bit more smarter than that these days, because they don't want to like they don't want to be overdoing it. They want people to kind of like chill a little bit. Cash offer? No. Well, this person showed that he had about $70,000 lying around, so they were going to put like 10 or 5% down or something, and then the $70,000 they would use that to gap the appraisal, if it gets and Eric Peterson, very interesting. I'm telling you, Muhammad. Hi, Gil. What could your current city do to make you stay? Well, if I'm talking about, if you're talking about here, what can they do? Well, I mean, if they were to like clean up the town, well, I mean, then there's really nothing. Maybe the bar. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Really. Well, I'm actually not. I'm actually planning on staying in San Bernardino, though. I'm not actually. I want to stay within San Bernardino, actually, but I just want to go more north San Bernardino. I want to go like where the Kendall Street area is at. I want to be in that area. I want to go there. I am gonna stay in San Bernardino, or we want to stay in San Bernardino. Now, let me see. Well, let me see. Well, I mean, it's like, what can they do? Well, build new structures and stuff, I guess. I don't know. I guess. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, you do that. Peterson, Eric Peterson, yeah, like the Facebook and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And that would be interesting. Telling you. So, there are some new houses in Elsinore. Yeah. Well, Elsinore. Yeah, well, that's over Lake Elsinore. I'm familiarized. Well, that's kind of like midway to San Diego from here. Telling you. Is a new house you want on a corner too? Like, well, it would be nice to get any new house that we get. It would be nice to get a corner one, but I mean, we don't need it. I mean, I just want something that's newer, that's more newer, and in a nicer area, like nicer area where I could feel like I could walk without any like wondering of the people at the bar nearby is gonna want to jump on me for something, or it's like, because there's always, like activity going on here something. Right now it doesn't seem like it, but because we live next to like this, like where like a lot of the people drink and wild. We can live next to where a lot of wild people hang out at, like, yeah. So yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. Okay. Eric Peterson, very good. I'm telling you. Right. San Bernardino is like Compton. Well, it can be. Well, LA. I mean, San Bernardino is kind of like LA, Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be on a lookout for that. Eric. Yeah, I'll be on a lookout. Slayer dogs. The Kendall and Palm area is growing fast. Well, you know what? San Bernardino is actually growing pretty fast. Really. Gilbert Vargas. Hi, Gilbert Vargas. Peter Table. Just want to hit the bar and have a couple brews without getting sucked. Sucked. Oh, yeah? How funny. Muhammad says, I understand your concern, Gil. I'm from Brooklyn and I live around a lot of bars. I'm telling you. Well, you know, to be all honest here, over here in this house, like since we moved here, we lived here for 4.5 years, right? In all honesty, you know, I heard 3 gunshots, 3 gunfires here, like around this house, 3 gunfires that I heard, like since, like in all the time that we lived here, 4.5 years. Yeah, it was 3. And guess where they're all from? The bar. The bar. All 3 of those are from that bar. Yes. Yeah. Okay, Eric. I'll hear from you whenever that time comes. How bad does a fireworks get there? Well, it gets pretty noisy. Although I wasn't here, I spent it over at San Diego. But I mean, yeah. Yeah, drunk people being violent. Well, you know, people get kind of out of control sometimes, you know. Yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah. Well, drunk people, I mean, like drunk people is whatever, but I just, if they don't become zombies when they're drunk, then they're okay. Then it's okay. But a lot of times, people are a whole new person when they're drunk, you know. Ross R says, turn your house into a bar and you can make a lot. Well, you know, like right here, right here is a nice place to sell tacos and stuff, you know, like. I mean, apparently, if I was into that, this house would be great for that. But apparently, I'm just not into that stuff. Apparently, I'm telling you. Ugliest fucker. That name, her name, man. That's funny, man. How about San Martin, Macho, Grand Vato? Telling you. You know what? Edward Kim says he never had this house broken into, only an Amazon pack and stone. Yep, you got that one right. Yeah. I mean, it's surprising, huh? We've never had this house broken into. Apparently, no. Apparently not. I think you know why. I think it's because it's a corner lot. You know, like because of where it's located, really close to the city. It's a lot of lights. There's a lot of lights right there, so, I guess people are afraid to break into this house, you know, like when it's, like, next to the lights and public, you know, yeah, that's why. No, I actually did have a bike stolen here once before, yeah, because someone walked into my gate because it was unlocked, you know, and then someone walked through the gate, and they took my bike here in this house. But that's the only thing that's ever happened. That's the only incident I had here. Really. But actually, you know what? Another incident that I had on the very, very, very first day that we moved into this house, like the bar next, like couple houses down. Yeah, the bar, like there was this guy who like all drunk and got all crazy, and on the very first day that we moved in this house, and this drunk guy, like he started banging on our door, and he actually broke the door open on our house on the very first day that we moved on this house. That gave us the worst impression about this neighborhood. Out of all nights, the very first night that there's like drunk came banging at our door, and he broke the door open. Although he did not get inside the house or anything, but that was on the very first night, man, that we moved in here. But we haven't had any situations like that since then. So I mean, 4.5 years we lived here. So overall, I mean, we've been fine in this house overall, you know. Edward Kimmy. I do actually have that video up. I actually put it up on YouTube, you know, about my bikes getting stolen, and I had my surveillance cameras on too. I happened to catch that too on camera, on the surveillance camera. I happened to catch that too, believe it or not. Yeah. Daniel Rojo says, I live in Palm Springs, California, and gunshots are everywhere. Well, I guess it's everywhere, really. I mean, hi, Chava Papa Chua. Well, safety is #1 priority. Well, you just want to, we just want to be in a nicer area, you know, where it's a little bit more quieter, like in terms of not being close to bars or things like that, you know. Yeah. Hi, Art Man. Art Man. Get a slingshot, huh? I'm telling you. Hi, Art Man. Yeah, I know. Can you imagine that? Richard Gunther, the very first freaking night. Out of all nights, the very first night that we moved into this house, we had this drunk banging on our door, and he broke the door open. You know, yeah, that terrified the shit out of us, you know, because that gave us that was a bad impression to us, you know, like the first thing that came to my mind when we had that happening here, like the, you know, I mean, like that first thing that came to my mind said that's what San Bernardino is about. I mean, that's the first thing that it came to my mind, you know, like, says, oh, that's what San Bernardino is all about, man. So yeah, that's how I looked at it, you know. Well, people stealing, well, it's all over the world, not all over the world, really, and not in just California or not just San Bernardino. It's everywhere. Fontana, well, I mean, we had more break-ins in my mom's house than we did in this house. It's everywhere, man. Like, crime is everywhere, man. It's everywhere. I mean, should have beat him up, huh? Well, see, the thing was, we were terrified, you know, because we didn't know. We don't know people. We don't know some people, you know. We don't know. I mean, what's in them, you know? We don't know. Apparently, I didn't record the guy breaking in. Unfortunately, I didn't. I was too terrified to try to put a camera there because we didn't know if he had a gun, and you know what we thought. You know what we thought? We thought that it was going to be one of those guys that you see on the movies where they break into a house and then they get their gun and they shoot down the whole family. That's what I was kind of thinking that was going on, man. That's what I thought was going to happen, man. Because we didn't know we didn't know, man. We didn't know there, man. Because of course we're gonna get terrified if we don't know. Apparently, I didn't record him. You know, it's funny because that's what we had imagination of what was gonna happen. That he was breaking into the house so he could get his gun and shoot down the whole family. You know what you always hear about the news and TV and shit. You know, but apparently it was just a drunk guy. I mean, that incident that day, he was just a drunk. You know, it was just one of those drunk guys. I mean, like, he was harmless. The guy that banged on the door and broke it open, he was harmless at the end, you know. He was just drunk. That's what it was. And it was from the bar. I mean, see, that's the thing, you know, the bar. And then the bar that's just down the street, just only a couple houses down from here, you know. So, so yeah, I mean, I'm telling you. But we got used to how people are here. I mean, we're used to it. I mean, but we're used to it. I mean, in the area, I mean, like, but we still want to live in an area where like we're not influenced by all these drunks and all that stuff. We want an area that we're not influenced by drunks or people that are wild around, like because we're close to everything. We're close to the places that to people like living close to businesses may not always be the best thing to do in a house when buying a house. Buying one close to businesses may not be the best bet for any of you who don't want to who wants peace and quiet. You gotta buy a house that's not too close to businesses and stuff, especially a bar. You don't want to be too close to places like that, you know. So yeah, I'm telling you, move to Corona. That's a really apparently a Corona is really expensive. Nah, of course, the drunk guy is not gonna come back. Cause I think he ended up going to jail that day. Cause he was drunk in the public, you know. So anyway. No, I never went to that bar. Hi, Mr. A. This is a shout out for Mr. A. And his name is spelled A-Y-E. Mr. A. Very good. Telling you. Manny C said you need to train in MMA, Gil, for protection and exercise. I'm telling you. Wildemar. Yeah, I know where Wildemar is at. Oh yeah, and Richard Gunther. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, somebody. You know what happened? It's like someone had an accident. It was like someone ran the intersection, like right in front of our house too. I mean, that was another incident that happened, but it's like a car mishap. But nothing happened to our cars or anything. But it's just like someone had a mishap. Someone ran the stop sign like right in front of our house, and the surveillance camera recorded it, and I put it up on YouTube too. Yeah, so I'm telling you. Yeah, shit, my phone is running out of batteries. Do a lot of people own a dog for protection around them? Well, I guess. I mean, hi, Original Rebel. Why am I moving? Because, well, yeah, I've been talking about all through the video. Well, we're moving because we want to upgrade ourselves to a nicer area, and a more nicer area, and a more nicer house, more nicer area. We want to upgrade ourselves, basically. Yeah, the batteries are low on my phone, so actually, I'm gonna. Is our dog mean? Well, he seems to be mean under some conditions. Well, you know what? Our dog, he tends to want to bite somebody if they try to pet him. I don't know. He doesn't like for people to touch him, you know, like to pet him. But unless yeah, I have to go inside the house so that way I could charge the phone. Yeah, we've done a lot of things on our house, you know. I had to plug in my phone. Ah, shit. I don't know where my plug is shut. My power cord for the phone. Well, I'm just gonna be in here for the rest of this video, I guess, for the rest of the live. Done telling Manny, she says, your home looks nice and you did yeah, I done a lot of work on your yard. I love the things that I did in our house. I love how I fixed up this house, you know. Yeah, I love it. But this house kind of basically sold based on the things that we done on the house, you know. Like, I think a lot of people really liked our house, you know. Yeah. And that's why someone was actually willing to pay $35,000 more than what this house was worth. Yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling cats don't. Well, the cats don't let strangers pet them. Of course, cats will never fucking want to come near anybody that they don't know. I'm telling you. You. Peter Table's comment is funny. I'm telling you. Yeah, I want to do a family gathering. Yeah, I think, yeah, my kids will probably eventually work one day. Yeah, and they'll help us with the rent. How funny. DJ Lou, no, we haven't got a new house. We sold ours, but we're still looking for a new one. Like, we want to upgrade ourselves to like a more nicer area and everything. So that's the update for some of you, for any of you who's new on the live right now. Did I get arrested ordering combo 27 at Alberto's? Nope. Telling you. Well, this house we're under contingency. Like the buyer understands, it's in the contract for the buyer that we're contingent to finding a new like that we could stay in this house until we find a new one. Yeah, but the buyer the buyer understands. No, I don't think a stalker bought this house. How funny. Telling you. Is there a city that you would like to move? San Diego. Why not? Or Rancho Cucamonga. I would like to live in Rancho Cucamonga. Telling you. Would I buy a haunted house for 50,000? No. Menifee has good house prices, yeah. But too bad it's too far away, though. I haven't seen Time Lord lately. Well, yeah, we have a realtor. We're working with one right now. Hi, Icer Freeze Jack. I'm telling you, original rebel, come back to Chino. Well, I think I'm gonna, cause it's a little bit far for me apparently. What does Clarissa want to do after high school? I'm not really sure. Telling you. Is Joe a robot? No, not really. It's someone that I haven't seen in a long time. Moved to the Filipinas, huh? Art man. Yeah, I'm telling you. Huh, Art man. Right. Ryan Johnson. Chasing a dream back to West Covina. Well, if you're rich, maybe. How old are my kids? 13 and 15. Does it rain a lot in the Philippines? The last time I was there, it rained a lot, man. Shit, I wish you would get all that rain over here, I tell you. You should leave your YouTube channel for the new. How funny. You're funny, Manny C. uh, I should customize and fix the new future house. It would be nice if this new house that we get into would not need any work. It would be nice, Christie says. It'd be nice if we wouldn't have to work, but chances are we're gonna end up with a house that needs a little bit of work, you know. It might. But hopefully we don't end up with a house that needs some work, you know. It would be better. I would like it better if we don't need any work. Yeah, we were looking at a house with a pool, actually. Yeah, I should probably put more Philippines videos up there, huh? Well, I mean, I guess, well, I mean, they were, but Cynthia and Arnold, well, I mean, it just didn't happen anymore, I guess, like the answering questions. No, I haven't seen any floods in New York City or New York, no. I know I hear about pools being high maintenance. Do I charge? Well, I mean, I would not really. I would not necessarily charge. I mean, if you lived near here, I mean, I could change. I could transfer some of your tapes for you. I wouldn't charge. Yeah, get a house with solar panels. Chances are this new house is not gonna have them. Well, I have several. I have quite a few videos still, like unreleased. Well, me, like, well, mostly 2000s though, like mostly like 2002 and up. I hardly put any videos 2002 and up. But I mean, well, I've been working. I've been doing a lot of 2000s lately. Would I ever work at McDonald's again? Well, it would depend. Like if I was out of a job, I would say why not? I mean, why not? Yeah. Telling do not belong here. Your name. That's a funny name you have, man. Tell Silver Droid. Hi, nice seeing y'all. The anxiety is okay. I'm okay at the moment. I'm fine. Ryan Jackson. Gigawatts. 1.21 gigawatts. I hear that beachfront condos in Miami are dangerous. Well, I can imagine because of the building that collapsed in Miami. Yeah, a lot of you have had either bought houses in the past or parents or whatever. They bought houses from like 30 years ago, and then they're worth of like 10 times the amount now. I mean, well, I mean it's smart. They were the smart ones. Well, everybody who had bought houses a long time ago but never moved out of them, that was a smart move to do, to never move out, you know. But apparently, I'm not one of them. I'm telling you. Telling you. What happened to that flamboyant person in the late 90s? Well, I mean, like, he left. Or, we stopped, like, I moved out because the roommates did not work out. Did I get affected by the heat wave? Well, no. I mean, it's hot, but I mean, I'm not. Yeah. Laker Mark said he got me eating Raising Canes now. Thanks for the heads up on that chain. Yeah. We still love that restaurant. I love their little sauce. I like their sauce. Yeah, yeah. Imagine buying 10 houses when they were $10,000. Wow, they were that cheap back then. But back then also, it was a lot harder to earn the dollar too. A lot harder back then to earn that dollar, I tell you. Wow. What's the funniest thing that I've seen Cynthia or Arnold do? That I can't even remember. I'm telling you. Well, that was a firework. I heard a firework from that. Was that apartment with the real? Well, no. Well, we used to share the apartment, like to share the expense. Yeah. Would I accept money for your recording? Well, yeah, sure, if you want, but I mean, yeah. Telling you, Chicky Willy. How long have you been doing the live videos? Live YouTube videos? Live? I've been on here for 2.5 hours. Jonathan Yescas. Why the batteries? I mean, those are hard to find. I mean, like those batteries are. Wow, those batteries are. I mean, they're not exactly fixable. Peter Table. Yeah, the pad, well, the house in Covina. Well, yeah, it's probably worth about that right now. I mean, Josh Fernandez. Was Ray ever married or had kids? Well, I don't think Raymond ever had kids. Tony DP. I have some videos of thrift stores. Well, naturally, it's good to invest if you're young and have no rent. Yeah, naturally. Kyle Gomez is asking me. When's the last time I saw Arnold? It's probably like a few months ago. Have I ever dealt with a car that won't start up? Oh, yeah, I sure had that. Trashing, I would give you 100. Very nice. I would be more than happy to take $100 if you thinking about a donation. Oh yeah, well thank you very much. Well, is it a disc that you're trying to transfer, or is it a videotape, or are you talking about transferring video discs or a disc onto a MP4 or something? Who lives in the house that was in your videos from the 80s, 90s? Well, we don't even know the person now. Do I think the real estate market will crash again? I kind of don't think so. That's basing it on the things that I have observed, and basing it on the things I read about. Because back in 2006, the banks were careless back then. But this time around, they're very careful. They're like very cautious about who they loan the money to, and they're not gonna loan out money for more than what the house is worth. You know, they want to make sure what the house that they're not gonna be dealing with a house more than what it's worth. You know, telling you. Dano is asking. I still have the same job, and I am driving a forklift. I'm still driving those forklifts. Not a spoon lift, though. Telling you. Most race killer says, I watch your videos and cry sometimes because I know those things and times and things are no more. Yeah, I mean, we miss those. We can't miss those days. And of course you miss your dad. Yeah. Well, I could feel you there. I feel you there. Most race comments. Was Pizza Hut my first job? No, it was just Lisa's coffee shop. And I worked night shift. Yes, I worked night shift. What's the one thing I miss about the 80s the most? Well, I mean, I don't know, like how well, the people, I guess. Why was the weather better in the 90s? Well, because it rained more back then, and it did not, well, it rained more in the 90s. What do I load with the forklift? Well, it's like to do with kitchen products, or kitchen accessories. Well, yeah, I've been driving the forklift since last year now. So yeah, so I have experience on it now. DVD, well, Handycam discs. Well, you could play those on a DVD player, right? Handycam discs, huh? Well, I think they could play on a DVD player, right? STP World finally caught me live, huh? Very good. I'm telling you. So Kayla said, when I come to America someday, I want to go to Lisa's coffee stop because of you. Very good. And I think they'll probably still exist by that time. Marcus Dixon, well, thank you very much for your comment. You like watching the video? Well, you've come to the right place for the time traveling. Telling you. Wayne Jones. Are your parents still alive? Are they still? Yeah, I mean, I am. Well, my mom and my dad are still alive, and I did see my mom a week ago. Last week, I saw my mom. I visited my mom. Yeah, I remember most race says. I remember one video you were working up the Pizza Hut place, and I think all I know is those girls are so into you. Well, I guess. I mean, well, they do. I mean, we used to interact. Like we all interact much better back then. Not in today's times. It's different today because people are like looking at their phones and they're more into their phones than talking. Jonathan Yescas, just as being a videographer, have you ever done photograph? Well, I've never been interested in doing that. I was never really interested in taking pictures. It's only videos that I used to be more into. Yeah. Did I ever record Disneyland in the 80s or 90s? Apparently, no. Only that video in 2010 that I made a video in Disneyland. Yeah. How's my mom now? She's fine. I mean, she had Bell's palsy, but it seems like she's okay right now. I mean, did I ever find the cat that ran away? Nah, we never did. Most race says Gilbert, live forever. Okay, well, I want to live. Of course, I want to live forever, naturally. See how it goes. Well, I mean, if I take care of myself, I should probably live for as old as my dad is. My dad is 86, and he's still fine. I mean, my dad is all good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, well, yeah, those mini discs. Well, I know those mini discs. Yeah, those handheld Sony. Yeah, well, those disc cameras. Yeah, I remember the DVD. They called those the mini DVD camcorders. Yeah, that's what they called those. I remember those. I remember that they had those. Where's the family now? Well, they're just shitting or they're just. It's so quiet around there. Well, they're just like doing their thing. Does the McDonald's where I worked at still know you? Nah, hell no, not even. But that particular McDonald's still exists though. The one that I worked at my very second job. I'm telling you. Chicky Wheelie said, Killer, I was asking how many years you've been doing your live. If you're talking about like live, I mean, YouTube, or if you're talking about posting videos, I've been doing it for 10 years. I've been on YouTube for 10 years. But if you're talking about live, doing live, I've probably been doing that for a few years, or maybe a couple years. What kind of job do I have? Well, I work in a distribution center, driving a forklift. That's what I do in my job. How's my Bell's palsy? Well, I had a little bit myself. Do I have one right now? I mean, I don't know if it was on this side or. Well, my mom, my mom had a pretty big case of it, but she's fine though. I mean, my mom is fine right now. We are around the same age, and I have to say, growing up in the 80s was awesome. People nowadays don't know. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm telling you.
Can I make cookies?
Yeah. I'm telling you. Well, yeah, I'll live forever through YouTube, yeah. Well, one thing I would don't want to see is one thing I hate to think about is like the time when I do pass on, like that what it's gonna be like, say 10 years after I passed on, I mean, I would hate to be thinking that, but I mean,
We do not speak of that. No.
yeah, telling you. So anyway, I don't have anything from the early 80s, unfortunately. Yeah, pass away. Yeah, like I mean, I would hate to think about it, like where, I would hate to think about like what my channel will look like after I pass away. When that day does, if it should ever come. When that day is gonna come. But whatever. I don't really need to really think about that. I just live my life and whatever God has planned for me. I mean, that's how it's gonna go. I'm telling you. Where do I get the battery pack? Well, I actually kind of made them. Kind of made the battery packs. I kind of made them, sort of. I took out the old cells of the battery pack and I put some custom. I put some new ones in there. Well, I'm 100% Christian. I'm 100% with the Lord. So yeah, I mean, do I ever do the Bugs Bunny challenge? No, telling you. What if I could live on the 80s camera? I'm telling you. Man, your life has been captured online and will live for on. I'm telling you. Well, I mean, did your family ever get mad at you for always having well, they got used to me, though. Do I believe in reincarnation? Well, according to the Bible, there is. The Bible, I would believe in reincarnation, but the Bible says otherwise. Well, to transfer those videotapes or discs you're talking about, you need you need a program. You need software to do that. You need software that can do that. Yeah, telling you. Well, I'm sure that there's a software that can actually read discs on your CD or DVD-ROM drive on your computer that can convert those onto MP4. I mean, I'm sure there's a software that you could get so I could read those discs on the computer and then make them into MP4. Well, I did have cameras that recorded in the high 8 format. I have several of those tapes. I used an old Power Mac G5 and iMovie to transfer videotapes, and I copy them to a computer and make an MP4. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, well, yeah, it's imaginable. I can imagine. You know, like some, especially some of you, like fans of mine who are like young right now. You guys will be looking at this 15 years from now, 20 years from now. But 20 years from now, I'll be 70 years old then, and I'm sure I'll be around still and everything. Yeah, I'm telling you, David. Hey, friend, it's David. You helped me convert some small videos. Remember? Oh yeah, I remember you, man. Were you the one that gave me some that gave me like some like very small cassettes? They were like mini DVs. I remember. I still have your tapes. Still have your tapes. You just never picked them up. Wow, I remember you. I think I remember that. I remember you. Oh yeah, yeah, I remember you, man. I still have your little. I still have your cassettes. If you want to get them, I still have them. Hi, hi, Corey Smith. Telling you. Are you the most documented man in history? Am I? Yeah, I have no idea. Do your nephews watch your videos? I guess they do. Did I ever get a hold of a TV station professional VHS camcorder? No, not really. Never, apparently. Yeah. Well, am I still into scooters? Well, I was really into them back then, but for me, it's just kind of faded away, apparently. Yeah, man, it's interesting on how you made videos before YouTube was created. Yeah, I don't know. It was just born in me. Telling you. I feel like I'm familiarized with that name, Corey Smith. Chicky Willie. Yeah, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Well, I mean, to die, I mean, it'd be, I mean, of course, you know, I would not, I hope I would not have a painful death, you know. Yeah. Thank you very much for your comment, Seth X. Seth. Very good. And your comment too, Dario. Telling you. Simon. You probably don't know me. There's a lot of Corys though, cause I know of someone in my job. Cause I have someone in my job, like a coworker. I have a coworker by that name, Corey. Corey, just Corey though. What gave you the idea to record every year from '87 until? Well, I actually made a video about that, about what inspired me to make videos. Basically, a sentimental thing of wanting to capture memories, you know. Roxio VHS to DVD transfer. That's the name of the program. But the thing is, you know, you just gotta find a program that can actually read your discs on your computer and transfer it onto the. Well, actually, I think it's a DVD copier. I think that's the name. It's just a software DVD copier. That's it's something like that. Yeah. When I move, am I gonna have a garage sale or yard? Probably. We probably will have some kind of sale. Cause we're probably gonna want to get rid of a number of things when we move into the new place. I'm telling you. Well, to Lisa Shirley says, "Do you believe that you go to hell if you don't accept Jesus as your Lord?" Well, if you're a non-believer, they say that. Well, yeah. I mean, so yeah. Anyways. Would I ever box another YouTuber for money? Well, no. Yeah, we just gotta live life. Like Farcius Maximus says, live life. Just don't think about stuff. He just live life. You don't think about stuff you can't control. Yeah, you're right. Is the Marquis over the all reliable car? Well, it's been. I mean, well, Toyota cars are really good cars. Chicky Willies, Chicky Willie. You're funny. Your name, man. What aspects about death do I think about? Well, I mean, what it's like a month after you die, a month or 2 months after you die, a year after I die. That's the aspect I always wonder. What is it like a year after you die, a month, or even like a day after you died, 2 days? What is it like? I always wondered. Telling you. Yeah, so Trini Padilla says you're from San Bernardino and Muscoy, huh? Very good. Telling you. Yeah, I mean, I go live. I mean, I'm about to go. I mean, and, I'll probably mark it at the 3 hour mark. Just gonna go ahead and finish on the 3 hour mark. Roaring Dino said, "Hey Gil, I've been a viewer of your channel for 2 years now, and I want to thank you for the golden content." Well, you are very welcome. Roaring on Dino. Telling you. Any ideas to make the time go slower? Well, I'm not really sure. Just sleep, I guess. I don't know. Do I plan on buying a new truck? Well, probably not. Not for a long time. Yeah. So, I'm telling you. Well, I guess I'm gonna get going now. I mean, it's been like three. Hi, well, let's see. Collect. Yeah, I've been here for like 3 hours now. So yeah, I mean, it's just insane that I live in Corona and yeah, video. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah. Well, that's lucky you there that I might happen to have your city. I mean, I just happen to be living in Corona in my old videos. How many miles is on the truck now? 209,000 miles. Oh, thank you very much, Seth X, for your gift. Thank you very much there. Yeah, thank you for so much for that. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. Chris Diaz. Rest well and have a good night. Stay safe. Well, you too. You all do too. Yeah. Come back soon. What if you get your high school video and convert? Oh, that would be pretty cool if we could actually convert any of those videos to 8K. And I mean, yeah, 4K or whatever. Yeah. I'm 100% Christian. Well, Catholic. Well, I mean, it's never the same, but Christian. I'm 100% with the Lord. 110. Todd Bob says, please do another video soon. I miss you when you're not around. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I try to keep posted at least once a week, you know. Try to do it at least once a week. Roaring Dino said, you are a very genuine person. Gilbert, stay awesome. And well, thank you very much for you guys' comments about that. Well, thank you so much for that, you know, like for telling me that. Yeah. Simon Stevens said, well, the 1988 Christmas video. Well, I mean, they were my cousins. I was at my cousin's house. Telling, well, Lisa Shirley, the answer that I have to say, I would think of it a combination of the two. Big man and in the sky are a form of energy. Think of that as a combination of the two. Do I listen to Journey? I like their music. Good night. Hi. Hi, hi. Well, uh, I'm telling how's Torpedo doing? He's fine the last time I heard from him. Weather in California, it's been pretty hot, man. It was hot lately. Roaring Dino, you like the video of the when I was on Lincoln and D Street, yeah. The parking lot you filmed it now. Yeah, yeah. I used to live right there. I lived in that area. Yeah. That's pretty good, man. My favorite Bible verse? I have a lot of them, you know. Well, one of those is like, for those of you, for those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and for those who are humble will be exalted. That's just one of them. And it's also to do with when doing good deeds. Like, you don't need to let the public know about the good deeds that you do. You don't need to blow trumpets. I mean, you just do that in secret, and the Lord, who's up there, will bless you. Something like that. I know that. I mean, yeah. Who taught you how to work on cars? Well, I went to school. And I actually have the video of when I went to the school to work on cars. Telling you. Yeah. Yeah, well, I decided that I'm going to be uploading random videos from the random years in the 2000s decade. Like 2002 and on, you know, like random year. I'm going to be doing that once in a while. I'm going to go ahead and be doing that, you know. Hi, Ducks Rule again. Telling you. That was a little rip-off school on the Arrow Highway, huh? Yeah, that was, yeah, where I used to live. No, I never really got a job. I wanted to, but they never gave me a chance, you know. Well, anyway. Well, I guess I gotta get going now. I mean, well, yeah, the 2010 decade I'm gonna be doing those too. But those videos are not old enough to be considered interesting, you know. But I think, well, anyway. What do we do when you run out of all of your old video? Well, I probably will never will. Because, you know, like the years that go by, I'll be uploading like the things from 2010s, which I have a lot of. And then 2020s and even 2020s. Yeah. Well, I have a lot of videos from 2000s decade. I have a lot. But the 90s and the 80s, I uploaded pretty much of them by now. So, yeah. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to get going now. So, Charlie Grace says the person just ordered combo number 27. Very good. Well, he let me know how it tasted. Jarrett said, aren't many of your 2010 videos because they were like the blog? Well, yeah, I mean, because I started blogging and doing the modern blog in 2017. I'd made my first modern blog in 2017, so that was 2010s right there. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna get going now. Javier, good night, Javier Torres. Obey says 2000s was the best. I'm telling you. Do I prefer a torta or chorizo? I probably like tortas, I don't know. Okay, well, alright. I'll see y'all for the next time. Okay. Yeah. All right. Hi, Yas. Yas. Okay. Babies. Okay. Yeah. Okay.